that sometimes people need to fight it out. Because talking doesn't do it. Sometimes you can talk. Like in certain situations, you could talk to a person, you express how you feel, they express how they feel, y'all come to a mutual agreement that y'all either don't agree or, you might start seeing it from another person's point of view.
To figure that out over there. So it's not a thing of me having an issue with her. My only issue is why you leak my number. Okay. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you, and it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever prank. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
To tell the truth, Remy Ma's outbursts are getting out of control. Rumor has it that Claressa Shields tried to send out many batters in an attempt to remove Remy. Since all of the subs were linked to Papoose, the two had been at odds for some time. It's clear that Remy's challenge to settle it in a ring never materialized. So what was Claressa meant to have done instead? According to reports, she raised the stakes and sent a couple of people to handle Remy, but they were unable to. Rumor has it that Remy Ma wound up in a hospital bed around this time. Even though this dramatic moment sounds like something from a movie, the tension has been building for a long time, so let's take a closer look and talk about what really led up to it. Let's go back. Remy Ma was standing tall at a gathering in her hometown when we last saw her. Next to Connie Diamond and Trey Songz on stage, she performed their remix of Ghetto and Ratchet. Not particularly unusual, but she changed a line in her verse that sent everyone into a frenzy. The original bar had a problem. They said that your ninja was desired, so I snatched him, but during a live performance, Remy modified it to read, I'll take your ninja if I want him. Furthermore, her comment was delivered with utter disdain. The intensity and excitement on the face fans immediately clapped when she brought up Claressa. Keep in mind that Remy is aware of Claressa's recent hot behavior. That line wasn't just a bar. It was a direct hit. It appeared as though she was saying, I had him first, and I could take him back if I wanted to. Furthermore, others questioned whether Remy was still irritated with the level of assurance or possibly resentment. Her split from PV Perella paused for a millisecond though, and that line might have been the last straw for Claressa. Shortly after Ray's onstage shade, Claressa made her freestyle debut, and you can bet she didn't hold back either. A video that is currently going viral shows Claressa standing in front of a whip, seemingly ready for a fight. Shades, chains, a trucker hat, a bomber jacket, and everything else then. As soon as the beat stops, she starts calling herself a face splitter. What other person would she be speaking to if not Remy? She brags about being in multiple tax brackets and gives off the impression that she's not the kind to play around with. But here's the twist. It didn't impress the internet. It's given I want to be Remy badly, and other jokes started to flood the comments section. Cringy, what irony. We recently saw Remy perform in the studio with Mayo at Madison Square Garden. Abruptly, Claressa shows up rapping while wearing a Remy outfit. The girl should stick to boxing because this is crap, and rapping isn't it. The last person to laugh was Remy. Listen, that last sentence must have hurt because Claressa's face later in the Instagram story said it all. She thought Sheet Streets didn't like what he was doing. Remy was supposed to cease talking with that freestyle, but it just made Claressa look anxious and sparked comparisons. That's when things started to get out of hand. But at this point, things become really complicated and, to be honest, a little scary. Reports that Remy had been in an incident started to surface shortly after Claressa's freestyle flopped and social media pushed her forward, and she hasn't been seen in public for days. No posts, no live appearances or videos in the meantime. There are speculations that Remy ended up in the hospital when Claressa, who is believed to have some street ties in Michigan, dispatched several hitters to confront him. We don't know if it's real yet, but when you put broken hearts, street loyalty, and public humiliation together, everything is conceivable. If anyone could do something without getting their hands dirty, it might be Claressa, but she's more than just a boxer. She has people in pools, Guess who is out there enjoying themselves as if nothing were happening while all of this turmoil is going on? You guys have seen Papoose on vacation with Claressa, smiling, enjoying himself, and not seeming to notice the chaos. Claressa's followers are even more persuaded by the fact that, despite losing that rap battle, it seems like she is winning the war because she has the man. Ray has been totally silent since she used bars as a form of retaliation. Thus, no social media posts, no clapbacks, and no events. It looks like Remy could have disappeared for a moment. On the streets, people are conversing. But if we know anything about Remy Ma, it's that she rarely keeps quiet, so her sudden disappearance is clearly inappropriate. Some speculate that she is remaining silent because of the alleged hit attempt, while others think she is preparing a return and is just waiting for the right moment to attack. But everyone, let's be honest, Remy is more than simply a threat. So even though Claressa might have been the first to punch, she had better be terrified. She's worse. She is the type of woman who speaks her mind and doesn't play games. Consequently, it seems like this is more than just a rap feud, it's a ticking time bomb. Ray has also served time in prison, and from her behavior, it seems that she has no fear of going back. Because of this, she is 10 times more lethal than any Instagram post or diss rap. She understands the dangers, yet if you push her too hard, she could endanger everything.
So he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day, but it alters on the weekends, on Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year, he came every day.
Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess, like, when he believed it, that was alright, and I was like, he was like, alright, cool. And then he'll come, like, a little bit less. He'll come, like, 3 times a week.
We must not ignore the obvious in this case. Papooses are Remy's favorite. Apparently, for that man, she had to ride or perish. Therefore, if Claressa is trying to get in the way, Remy may be ready for full-on, lethal attraction. It's more than just a connection. It's family, especially now that she and Pap have a child together. It is not inconceivable that she would take all necessary precautions to keep it safe if she felt threatened by Claressa. Even if that means stopping Claressa. Indeed, as I indicated, Remy may be taking in everything as if I already have the baby. All I need now is the husband in peace, and nothing is in my way. Not even a champion boxer. For those who think that Ray is just yelling at everyone, let's take a brief journey down memory lane. Remy Ma's past is more than just hip-hop battle rhetoric or a simple slap on the wrist because of her past. In 2007, she was convicted of shooting someone again. Remy was involved in a shooting incident that happened right outside the Minette nightclub. Nikita Barnes, the woman Joseph shot, claimed that Remy shot her because he thought she had stolen money from him and didn't want to talk to him about it. The court dismissed her claim of an accident and charged her with gun possession and even attempted coercion. What do you all know? She received an 8-year prison sentence, a total of 8 years. Since being released from prison after spending 6 years, she has been trying to live her best life. But Big Remy is still there, and it doesn't stop there. Let's fast forward to 2019, when Remy was arrested again. This time for allegedly assaulting Brittany Taylor, a co-star of Love and Hip Hop New York. Yes, one backstage slap was enough to give Remy a full case. The court's decision to issue a restraining order against Remy shows that she acts out without hesitation if she feels abused.
That I can be to you. Stop playing these social media games. People get hurt every day from playing on social media. Brittany, you're 4'10", baby.
What does that mean?
That means that you're really little. That's what that means.
I don't care.
It's kind of impossible to be with it when you're 4'10".
but be aware that there are other people on demon time besides Remy. Her son was arrested in 2021 on suspicion of being involved in a shooting event that took another person's life. A murder case also included her son. After the case sent shockwaves over the internet, people started to question what was really going on in Ray's home, which gave Bonnie, Clyde, and their child a lot of energy.
Remy Ma, her son is charged with first-degree murder.
Hypothetically.
There's not a
Well,
hypothetical.
not hypothetically,
He's
but how
charged.
you say he's not?
He's charged. He hasn't been convicted of it,
Right.
but he's charged with it. Which makes it very sad, because remember, she went to prison for shooting a girl over a money dispute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
50 Cent even made an effort to caution her. Claressa appears to be in a mood since you could have gone too far when 50 Cent, of all people, urged you to stop. She wants all the smoke, so she's been looking for Remy and vying for the location like she's coming up to a boxing fight instead of a street situation. 50 had to step in when she started talking rashly. The websites claim that 50 informed Claressa in advance that she would experience the blip. Yes, the blip if she did it, and that's not just a threat. It's a warning from someone who's been there before. See what happens when you push someone who has nothing to lose too far around the neighborhood. Claressa Shields might have thought she could take a little drama from a rapper because of her experience fighting in the ring, but what else did she enter that wasn't just a rapper? That individual has nothing to lose, is sincere, and has a criminal history and rap sheet. Some of those same people are still active and out there because, according to those close to her, she has a crew that is loyal to her from the terror squad days. Claressa is out here pretending to be a costumed rapper or boxer, while Remy might be playing chess instead of checkers. These are only rumors though, that Remy has been silent because she is awaiting the ideal moment to respond, both physically and verbally. She might already be keeping an eye on Claressa's whereabouts, timing her moves, observing who is close by, and preparing to hit where it hurts the most. Sources, however, assert that Ray has been behaving very astutely behind the scenes, including discreetly accessing phone logs, looking through earlier interviews, reviewing direct messages, and figuring out how much treachery has occurred. Another story, nevertheless, claims that Remy had a close friend who was neutral during the whole Pap and Claressa controversy, but has since turned against him and handed all of the texts and the screenshots are dropped at Remy's position. Therefore, while Claressa is out here recording podcasts and working out, Remy might be doing her own tubby documentary. Remy's behavior when she has something to prove is well known to all of you. You know, she doesn't broadcast dirty laundry to have more influence. If she spills, it will be disastrous. Everyone, it becomes pretty dark at this point. According to some admirers, Pap and Claressa might have devised a complex plan to cut Remy out of the picture completely. Think about it. Claressa shows up out of nowhere after Pap and Remy had been tumultuous in silence. She suddenly stops being the main chick and starts hanging out with Pap. 5 seconds, it was obvious that the optics were wrong from the start. After a period of public humiliation and fan-shaming of Remy Voyle, she is allegedly the target of a murder attempt. The question that needs to be addressed is who will benefit if she leaves. If this is an attempted hit, or even if Remy was told about one by someone close to her, don't be surprised if the police are called. Ray knows the system because she's been down before. Although they might already be, she is not foolish enough to phone the feds directly. Taking note, we're hearing these noises on the streets. There is discussion about Remy Qualley hiring a private investigator. The identities of those engaged in the alleged hit have already been made public. Claressa has apparently been changing her security detail, moving, delaying engagements, and obtaining legal advice behind the scenes. Therefore, if Remy Ma or anybody else comes forward with evidence that Claressa plotted or even implied bodily violence, prosecutors might swoop in. Furthermore, if this information demonstrates a conspiracy to commit a crime or if there is any suggestion that Claressa involved in the financing or planning of a felony, tampering with a witness or obstruction, even threatening violence through text or direct message can be used against you in court. And if Claressa and her team try to intimidate Remy or anyone else connected to her, that is another serious charge. She might lose endorsements, get blacklisted in the media, or be suspected of causing harm to another woman, especially a woman with a child, if there is any violence-related controversy. That was the end of that reputation. But I did hear from you. Do any of you think that? When Remy Ma is simply packing up or laying low, is Claressa really brave enough to pursue him? Is Pap an innocent bystander? Or do you believe he is the mastermind behind this whole tumultuous love triangle? Along with all of your theories and questionable receipts, kindly share your thoughts and remarks below. Do not forget to press the like button. Make sure to click subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video of this insane journey.